Okay, guys, so today I want to talk about input and output as far as data goes. And I want to go over this so we can actually start making some programs. Um, and the first thing that I have to go over before we start is the output. So you guys remember last time I did system.out.print, and then I did, you can do anything, right? But I did like hello. So when you do that, it'll print to the console, which is right here. But as you can see here, there's a keyword here. Well, you don't see it's a keyword, but there's a class here called system. And what we're doing is basically we're calling a class to help us perform some sort of functionality, right? So for example, we have a class here that we're making, my class, and this class, what it does is it prints hello to the console. Well, the system class has a bunch of different methods and it does a bunch of different things, and we're using part of it basically to help us print. And we're going to be using the system.out and then the system.in to help us during the input and output of data. Okay, so that's one way you can do system.out.print line to print to the console, and that will actually create a new line. That's where you have the ln here. If you take that off and you print again, you'll see that you'll have two on the same line. The first one will create a new line, the second one won't. So that's another way. The last way to print out that I want to show is you can actually use, instead of the print line, you can actually use the new line character, which is /n, and that'll do the same thing as printing on a new line. So if you go ahead and print it, as you can see, it's a new line. If you take it off, as you can see, they're both on the same line. Okay. Now, with that, I want to go over how to actually take in data, and for that, we're gonna need to use another class. So you guys know how we're using the system class. Well, we're gonna need to use the scanner class. Okay, and that one is actually in a different package. So you see how this class here is in this package. We're gonna have to call a different package for that. So let's go ahead and just delete everything so we can go ahead and start from the beginning. What we need to first do is call the package and then the class. So java.util, you guys see the package sign right there? That's the package that we're calling. And then you do .s. We're actually going to delete that because there you go. You guys see that .scanner? It's a class. So we're actually, what we're saying is, hey, we want to use the class that it's in your package. And this is the java.utility package, which has a bunch of useful classes. And then we're going to use the scanner. So when you want to use the scanner, it works the same thing as, let's say you do int number equals 100. It works kind of the same way. So this right here, java.util.scanner, is the data type right here. And then you wanted to give it a name. So let's say we put the name of where we're going to save our information as input. So it's the same thing as right here, number. Now when you're actually doing the equal sign and actually giving it a value, it's going to be a little bit different because we need to create a new object. And don't worry about that yet. Just kind of memorize how we do this so we can go ahead and get some programs going. So you do java.util.scanner. Actually, I'm sorry, I forgot the new java.util.scanner. And then here, you guys remember how I said we're going to use the system? We're going to use system.in. So we're going to say, hey, we're going to create a variable here that's going to store information, and that information is going to come from the standard input, which is going to be the keyboard. Okay, so that's basically it, and we can go ahead and compare it. So here you have the data type. So here's your data type. Here's the variable. Here's the variable. Here's your variable. And then here's your value. Here's your value. Okay, so that's kind of how it works. Now, let's go ahead and just finish it off. So we're going to delete this. We already created where we're going to save our input. Let's go ahead and create a place where we're going to save what that input has. So we're going to create a new variable of type string, and we want to save somebody's name. So we want to ask somebody's name, and then we want whoever's on the keyboard, we want them to put their name in, and we can save it or whatever we want to do with it. Okay, so that's the next step. So we have the two variables. The next step is we want to get the information from here. So you do input dot next. Okay, and what that'll do is it'll get the whatever information is next in the input. It'll go ahead and send it wherever you want. So we want to save it on the name variable. Okay, so you do name equals input dot next. So this is going to say, hey, whatever is next stored in here, go ahead and give it to me, and the name will go ahead and take that. Okay, and that's pretty much how you save it. But you want to tell the person that you want their name. So what you want to do is do the system.out.println. Sorry. What is your name? Okay. And then you can go ahead. Let's go ahead and run it so we can see. So it's, hey, what is your name? And then you can give your name. My name is Will. Okay. So what that did is that stored your name here, and then it stored it back in here too. Okay. Now we can actually do something with that name, whatever we need to do, by running another system.out. So let's say we say system.out.print. What is your name, right? So we're gonna say that we got your name. Your name is, and then we go ahead and put name. And because this is a string, and then this is a string, as we can see here, we can actually just add them together. Let's go ahead and run it. We can see what it's like. So what is your name? Okay, well, my name is Bob. So what it does is, what is your name, Bob? And then it saves it here, and then this will go ahead and print it out. Let's run it again real quick, and we'll go through it again. Okay, what is your name? So this line right here executes. What is your name? And then this one executes next, and this one is waiting for you to put something in. So you're gonna put, okay, well, my name is Will now. After this saves the name, this next line executes, which is your name is up to here, and then it sees that you've saved the name, and it'll go ahead and call it here and print it. Okay, that's pretty much how you run the scanner class. So if that's all you need to know, you can go ahead and I guess you're finished. I will go ahead and show a couple more things with scanner for those who want to know a little bit more. Okay, so this is what's next. We're going to delete this. We're going to delete this. So this is how we call our scanner, right? Java, the utility.scanner.input, whatever. All this is very long. You can actually do it a different way. This is the preferred way if you're only going to use the scanner once. But let's say you're writing code and you're going to have to use the scanner several times. What you want to do is you can actually import the package. So you guys see how we have this package in here? Well, we're going to go ahead and call that java.utility. You guys remember we talked about that package? We're going to call that package, and we're going to import the class. So that way you don't only have to put scanner. So that's a lot easier, right? If you have to retype it, you don't have to type it as much. You can also do this, which what it does is it actually imports all the classes and interfaces and everything that's in this package. It'll import it so you can use it. Generally, you don't want to do that unless you're using several things from that package. Yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, let me know.